Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. Again, second interview of the evening. Tottenham 1, Chelsea 4. Devastating way for the unbeaten record to fall against one of the old enemies. Jack, where do you want to start, mate?
Look, at the end of the day, Tottenham beat Chelsea. It's one of the biggest games. We all look forward to it every season. We know what Tottenham are going to bring, that passion, and Chelsea do the same. But I come into this game really believing this was our chance to show Chelsea how good we've become, how good of a manager we've got, and how good of a team we've got. And I've come out of that game still believing that, and I really don't think Chelsea are pulling up any trees this season. I'm gutted. It's a disappointing result, massively. We let our heads go in the first 30 minutes. First 15 minutes, we were fantastic.
Yep.
Sean, we were unbelievable. Free-flying attacking football. Madison finding the ball in the middle, creating the space out wide. Then Son with that second goal, beautiful football.
Apparently that was millimetres off.
Millimetres,
Yeah.
exactly. And this is the thing in football. Small things like that can change a game. But then Chelsea stayed disciplined and they started really pressing up high, and they won the ball a couple of times, and we tried to play out from the back, and then we got caught. And then Romero, who's been amazing this season, lost his head a bit, went too aggressive, and he's got sent off.
Was it a correct sending off?
I've got to be honest, I need to see it back. I think it was. In real time, I said that's going to be pulled back for a penalty.
Yeah.
I generally thought it was a penalty.
I thought the same, yeah.
I thought a red card might be harsh because he's gone in for the ball. I don't know if he's got the ball first. But with Romero, we know he's always going to bring that added force. And with the referees these days, with VAR, you can't do that.
Destiny Udogie also goes over the top, gets the yellow card, is checked for a red. Yeah. Not given, according to Twitter, they've said Stonewall red. If this was a red, then that was a red. Yeah. There's a never-ending stream of red card incidents that have been given that way.
This is the thing. We don't know because there's no consistency in the Premier League. Like Gomez, who was sent off for Liverpool against us? No, who was sent off for Liverpool? Their defender. Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones was sent off. And people were saying, is that a red card? A similar incident today with Udogie, really? So there needs to be that consistency. And for me, it's frustrating because it's our biggest game of the season. We just need to calm down. We're playing fantastic football. We've got the better players on the pitch, and we've just let our head loss go a bit. But I'm still proud of the team, Sean, like I've said. I'm
massively proud of them as well for 80 minutes. Obviously the last 10 I think we ran out of legs, ran out of steam. Before we get into the second half, actually I just want to get straight to the overall picture, mate. We're down to 9 men, it's 1-1. We've made 7 changes I think, or whatever it was. We made all the changes and we're hanging on for dear life, yet we're playing the highest of high lines.
It's scary.
I mean, is that a little bit of naivety on the likes of Ange Postecoglou saying, no, we're going to keep playing our way? It's understandable to keep playing your way when you've got 11 versus 11, but when you're down to 9 against a team that understand how to spread the ball, was it a little bit silly to be playing 5 yards outside the halfway line?
It's obviously absolutely crazy. Who would think that? You're playing against a Chelsea team who's bringing on Mudryk, who's one of the fastest players in the Premier League, and Sterling as well on the wing. But you know what? You've got to respect the fact that Postecoglou stuck with his guns. He's thought, like, I haven't got Mickey van der Ven, I haven't got Romero, I've got Dyer and Emerson Royale. I know if we carry on putting them under pressure, they're probably going to buckle because isn't that even more of a reason to sit in? But I know, that's what I was thinking. But then I'm looking at it both ways and I'm thinking he probably doesn't trust them defensively, aerially all the time, that he's just going to stick with what he knows and we're going to go for it. And at the end of the day, Sean, yes, we probably should have sat back and really gone for it, but we were still
like Liverpool did.
Yes.
Right, Liverpool tucked in.
They did.
Brick wall of brick walls.
We still had, I'm pretty sure, the same shots on target. When it was 2-1, Son went through on goal. If he goes through and we've stuck with that high line and Son scores in that last minute.
Yeah, perfect tactical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the fact that we've stuck with our guns, we've stuck with what we know, we tried to play through, we tried to give that opportunity. It hasn't worked out in the end, but I've got a team that I'm proud of. We've got 11 players there that really believe this season that we can be right up there at the end of the season. Chelsea didn't pull up any trees. They scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes and they're really underwhelming. I'm proud of this team.
How far can pride take you? Because I agree. I think everybody here was spectacular. The fans were spectacular. We go down 2-1. We're still singing after the game. Yeah. Absolutely amazing from the fans. Amazing from the team. The people that stayed on. Shouts out from me for Pedro Porro and Vicario today. I mean, standout performances from them. Even
Højbjerg when I thought he'd come on. Eric Dyer rifling one into the top bins, even though he's offside. Who would have thought that was on today's events? It's frustrating. I've got to be honest, like you say, there's so much you can be proud, but there comes a certain point when you're competing at the top end of the Premier League where you need that discipline in the first 30 minutes. You go 1-0 up, you're dominating. you should realise that. You should realise you're the better team.
Yeah.
Take your foot on the ball. If you need to clear it because they're really coming at you, then do it, and then go back to what you know and play through the lines again.
Going forward, it looks like it's chaos at the back. We've got no Romero for at least the Wolves game, and Villa, I think it's after that. It looks like, from what I saw at least, Mickey van der Ven was holding his hamstring, not like he pulled it, but like it's torn.
And it's always the worst when it's off the ball, when there's no one really near him.
Yeah.
For me, I don't even want to almost talk about the future because you're worried, because you're thinking you've lost.
We have to talk about it, mate.
Well, no, of course.
How do we set up against Wolves?
I've got to be honest, I think even Alfie Dorrington potentially, maybe bring someone from the youth setup. If Postecoglou believes in them, Ashley Phillips, if he really thinks they're the type of player and they've been in training and they've been practicing the Postecoglou style of football, then this is your chance. This is where you see, are these players really up to the standard of football? Because in my opinion, Eric Dyer did all right today. But
I thought he was great, to be honest.
Yeah, I really did.
I thought he was a little bit sloppy in his first 5 minutes. He wasn't quite paying attention to the lines and stuff. But after that, I thought he was really good and unlucky with the goal. Haven't seen how close it was, but
and even Emerson Royale, he's not a natural centre half, and he come on and he did a fantastic job. Would I be comfortable with playing that? If that's what Postecoglou believes, then go for it. But I would quite like to see someone from the youth setup come up.
Are we going to be okay against Wolves, Jack?
You know what, Sean, I'm Mr. Optimistic. I'm going to believe that we're going to beat Wolves. They've lost to Sheffield United this weekend. Gary O'Neill's a good manager, but you've got to believe with the quality, hoping James Maddison's okay and Son up front, we're going to beat them, and then we're going to stick together as a unit with Postecoglou by our side. We're going to hopefully get through these matches and still be up there come Christmas.
I've got to ask you about James Maddison, because there's rumours out on Twitter that he's done his medial knee ligaments. I don't know if they're true. I hope I'm not putting it out there into the ether, but I've heard from a few people that he might be out as well. That's why he came off. I mean,
he was walking on a pitch at the end of the game.
Yes, so was Bentancur after the Leicester game, you know.
Look, James Maddison, what a wonderful footballer, and how lucky are we to have him. His vice-captaincy role, he's took it like a duck to water. I think he's fantastic in the dressing room, and I think he thrives on being that main man. Like he said with his roast dinner comments, he wants to be the main man at a roast dinner.
Yeah.
Fair enough, James. Like, he's been superb for Tottenham, so it would be a huge miss. Lo Celso, is he up to the standard? Well, he's got to be chucked straight into the deep end if that's the case. Maddison's been one of the best players in the Premier League this year. He probably is irreplaceable for Tottenham, but we have got a fantastic structure. We've got some brilliant players. Honestly, I think our whole squad, I was going through our starting 11, I think we're fantastic. Taking Maddison and Van der Ven out of that is a real problem, though.
Massive problem. I'm terrified now what we do personally. Obviously, don't know the details, don't know if Maddison's out, don't know the extent of Van der Ven's injury, but when you're writhing around in pain after you've gone down without a challenge, it looks like that's a tear, not a pull to me, or a strain. So I think he'll be out until January.
He did go down before, didn't he? I remember a couple of, it wasn't against Arsenal, where he come off and it looked like a bad injury, but then he was all right. It was only a minor knock. So I'd be amazed if that's like.
I'd be amazed if he's.
Keep your positivity, Sean. Come on, mate. Keep the views up.
All right.
I get what you're saying. You've got to be realistic at the end of the day, haven't you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, mate, how proud of you of Tottenham today? Obviously, that the circumstances of the game were terrible, but in terms of the effort put in, all the way to the 85th minute, we'll call it. How good do you think we were?
9 men sticking together with that ridiculously high line. Everyone believing, still putting in 110% effort. Sarr had to come off because he was absolutely running his socks off. Bentancur coming back from an ACL injury, still neat and tidy with the ball, looking up all the time, looking, can we spread the ball out wide? You know what, 8 out of 10 for me. I would have said 10 out of 10 if we showed more discipline in that first 30 minutes after we went 1-0 up and Chelsea were on the front. But I'm still, like I've said, the title of this video can be, I'm proud of the boys. We've got a Tottenham team that everyone should get behind, and we've got a good season. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be a roller coaster, but we're here to enjoy it.
There you go. I'm going to be struggling to get that into 100 characters in the title, but I'll get something to summarise it. Jack, where can people find you, mate?
You can find me on Spurs Related. You can find me at Jack_Burford. I love coming on with this man, Sean. What a channel. And yeah, vlogs coming out. It's not going to be the prettiest one, but we got a burger reviewing. We keep spirits high, and we believe in the boys. And we'll be back with plenty more vlogs, and we'll be back with another big Tottenham 3 points soon.
Jack,
mate.
Spurs Related, get over there. Absolute legend. Him and James and Andre. Cheers, guys. As always, come on, you Spurs.